Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Healing Minds. This is my DBT series on distress tolerance skills. And that's for anyone who's going through depression, severe anxiety, trauma healing, and you need strategies to implement on your own to help regulate hard emotions or any hard moments that you come across in life while you are trying to heal. And, sometimes there's those moments in life that it's just unbearable. And learning skills, whether it's going to be through your therapist, watching videos, anything that you learn is valuable for you. Helping those unbearable life moments to just get through to the next day. So, just to give you an example of unbearable moments, like you can be juggling a time when you lose your job. So you're in financial crisis, you're trying to take care of your kids, you're trying to manage your anxiety. And that's just one scenario. You can be juggling, caring for a loved one with a serious illness, trying to keep your job, going through a divorce at the same time. You can be dealing with any internal trauma that just is unbearable. And you're just crying. You're thinking, I can't deal with this. I feel like everything is caving in on me, and I just don't know how to keep going. So that's where distress tolerance skills, practicing them, and will help you. Will help you. And it's a practice, it's not something maybe you can get right away, but with trying it and during those times where you're feeling overwhelmed with pain or stress, it can help you. So the skill, let's get on to the skill, is improve. IMPROV. So each letter stands for a skill that you can use just to get grounded again. Again, it's part of DBT, which stands for Dialectical Behavioral Therapy. And it's designed to help you tolerate distress until those overwhelming emotions are able to settle and you can take sound action or make good decisions. And it's just practicing them. So what does improve stand for? Improve is a simple but powerful tool to help you ride those emotional storms. It stands for imagery, meaning, P for prayer, relaxation, one thing in the moment, V for vacation, E for encouragement. Now I'm going to go through each of these steps to break it down for you and give you examples. So when you're dealing with depression, anxiety, and trauma, as I said before, these are the skills to help you. Number one, I for imagery, is seeing yourself succeed. So when you are overwhelmed, your mind is just going all over the place, bouncing around, and you're thinking of the worst case scenario, and you're just like pinpointing that worst possible outcome. So imagery is about flipping that script in your mind that's just going out of control and visualizing yourself handling the situation with strength and calm. So whether that's sitting in the car, nervous about going to your doctor's appointment because you don't want to hear the test results, your heart is pounding, and before you walk into the doctor's office, you take several deep breaths. You see yourself calmly asking questions that you need to ask the doctor to get more knowledgeable about your diagnosis. You feel proud about showing up and facing this difficult situation. So visualizing success doesn't change the way you feel. It's just preparing you to act with confidence and reassurance in a very difficult situation. So imagery or visualization, kind of prepping your mind beforehand and saying like, okay, I know this is a difficult situation. Oh my gosh, how am I going to handle it? Let me just visualize myself. Okay, I can do it. I can walk in there. I can talk to, and have this difficult conversation, and I'm not going to avoid it, but I am able to do it by picturing it in my mind beforehand of what I'm going to say or how I'm going to feel or what I'm going to do. So that's with imagery, I. The next one is M for meaning. You're finding a purpose in pain. Pain, we already know it's just horrible. So, and it's hard to believe like there's no meaning to pain. I mean, pain is pain. What do you mean meaning? It sucks. But meaning encourages us to find lessons or growth opportunities, even in hardship, where you feel like this is just too much. So it's like grieving a loss of a loved one. While it's incredibly difficult, you might find that this pain will help you deepen your empathy for others that are in your life, or treasuring relationships in your life more, or inspiring others who are going through the same difficulty as you and sharing how you went through. So finding meaning doesn't mean it's going to erase that hurt within you. You're still going to experience the pain. It's still going to be something that you have to go through and experience and understand it. But you can still find a reason to keep going and finding the purpose of it, even though you feel like in the beginning, like, God, there is no purpose. Pain is pain. What could it be doing for me? But with time, you are able to create that within yourself and what your life, depending on your life and your interests and your goals. So number 3 is prayer. P, it's asking for strength. It doesn't mean you have to be religious, okay? I know prayer is always associated with religion, but with me, I'm like thinking, well, I'm not religious, but still, you can implement prayer in your life. It's about surrendering that control in the moment, feeling like, oh my gosh, I've got to make the decisions. I've got to control this situation, when you know it's not really reasonable all the time because you can't control everything. And whether it's from your higher power, whatever you believe in, the universe, or even that strength within yourself, asking yourself, praying, telling yourself, I know, for instance, I've made a mistake, but I know within myself I can do something to remedy it or to make improvements. Or you're going through a terminal illness of a loved one or a job loss, financial, and you're telling yourself or praying and saying, I need to find peace in this moment. I know I can wake up tomorrow and handle what it is tomorrow, whether that's asking for help, doing research, or telling myself, this act of surrender, of taking this off my chest and telling myself, there must be something I can do, and I'll promise myself that I'll do it no matter how hard. Again, that doesn't mean you don't ask for help. If you need to go to therapy, see a doctor, ask a family member, friend, do your research. But it's just that prayer of that strength within, that it's me. I must do the hard stuff. So that is with P for prayer. R for relaxation is easing the tension. Your body is tense. You're storing stress. It's hard to calm the tension. You're just like aching all over, mentally aching, physically aching. And you're already overwhelmed with so much hard events going on in your life. And then you're thinking, oh my God, I already have all of this on this side. But now I'm overwhelmed because I have to deal with my messy house, unfinished tasks, a job that I must go to because I have to pay the bills. So easing the tension is you have to just find that time to do that, whether you light a candle, you just sit there for 5-10 minutes and block everything outside of you, or just tell people to leave you alone, simply doing this, breathing, exercising, inhaling for 4. I have videos on this too, holding for 4 and exhaling for 6, or maybe taking a hot shower or a bath, letting the water soothe your muscles. Even small moments throughout the day of relaxation. We reset your mind and body. Again, it's your choice. You have to do it. Nobody's going to remind you to do it, and nobody's going to check on you to do it. This is your moments of relaxation for R. So the next one is O. One thing at the moment, staying present, and it's hard to stay present with overwhelm, with difficult emotions, with things that are unsettling, and you're just completely distressed. And your present is being distressed. And your mind is racing to past regrets, future fears, and just finding that moment of grounding yourself in the present. I know it's difficult, it's not easy. That's why I say these strategies are practices. So don't blame yourself if you're not getting it right all the time or if it's not working with yourself. It's just doing it over and over and seeing if it will help you. And examples could be you're panicking about upcoming bills and you're like, oh my God, I can't pay this, I can't afford these. And or you're panicking about like, oh my God, the kitchen is messy, it's so dirty, I haven't cleaned in a long time. Or my kids are like, demonstrating problem behaviors, and that's just like, oh gosh, I just can't deal with them anymore. Or a stressful job because you have deadlines, or it can be an illness in your family or an illness that you have. So you're just like thinking about all these, and you're just like having a difficult time because that's your present moment. So what you have to do is quiet the noise in your mind and tackle the situations one at a time in small ways. So it's just like looking at that distressing event of saying is, okay, I'm just going to do one thing at a time. I'm not going to look at all these things on my list. See, how am I going to tackle this? Who am I going to ask for help? And I'm just going to look at something one thing at a time and taking a small step toward coming up with a solution or remedy for the moment. And again, it goes back to the last step is, first of all, I need to relax in the moment so I can be present, to think logically. So, and not thinking about the outcome in the future because it's going to be uncertain. The past, the regrets are done with, and I am processing it emotionally, either through therapy or on my own. And so being present is breaking down huge problems or things you have to do in smaller steps. Like, okay, I have to tackle the kitchen. You know what? I'm just going to wipe the counters for now. Do the rest later. Bills are piling up. You know what? I'm just going to open up one envelope and deal with one bill at a time for now. Then I'll do the rest tomorrow or a few hours. Do it like in little chunks. And so you're just kind of like breaking it down and staying present with one thing in the moment that you can do to help your situation. The next one is V for vacation. Oh, do we all need these? And I'm not talking about like an expensive vacation going away to some beautiful island. No, I'm just talking about those moments throughout the day that you need a mental or physical escape. We all need a break. Vacation is about taking a short escape mentally or physically, not about like, hey, I'm going to buy those tickets and just be gone tomorrow for the next month. Mental vacation, closing your eyes, imagining yourself walking along the beach, feeling the sand under your feet. So this is like visualization, hearing the waves crash. Or you can take a real break, step outside into nature, go into for a 30 minutes walk, go to a park, sit on a park bench. You can even listen to soft music or something, a meditation. Or for the evening, I'm going to read a good book that's making me feel good. I just need an emotional, mental vacation, whatever that means for you, or having like a little spa you can set up at your house, whatever that means, because you need to recharge your emotional batteries. You need to step away from work responsibilities, from family responsibility. Any hard event that's happening in your life, you need a mental vacation. Because when I get a mental vacation, when I come back, I feel better, I can make better decisions, and my course of action is wiser. That instead of reacting with depression and anxiety or hiding away and telling myself I can't do anything. So that's vacation. And the last one is E for encouraging. You got to uplift yourself. There's not going to be people always around you to uplift you. You might not even have people motivating you, complimenting you, telling you a good job. Most of the times, nobody's going to even see that you're doing a good job. Encouragement is being your own cheerleader. And it's easy to be self-critical during depression, anxiety, and trauma because you have so much anger, you have so much helplessness, you have so many unfair, unjust situations that encouraging yourself through tough times is tough in itself because you're just struggling to get out of bed. You're berating yourself and saying, oh, it's so hard to give up. I'm giving up on life. I don't want to do anything anymore. And I'm sick of hard things. But you're telling yourself is, if I can get out of bed, just that one step, go to the kitchen, make my breakfast, say, I can do this no matter what. I've had the hard days before. I've had harder days than this. Whether you need affirmations, sticky notes, places where you'll see them, on the bathroom mirror, at your desk, your words have power. Use them kindly. Because the most horrible thing that people can do is self-sabotage. You can pick unhealthy, self-damaging, deprecating words to make you feel worse, to make you feel helpless, worthless, damaging. You can damage your own mind because you are reacting to bad events that have happened to you. Then that's triggering your mind to thinking that you're just like, I'm nothing. I can't do anything anymore. So again, this is a practice too, is uplifting yourself when you can't depend, and you will not depend on others sometimes to uplift you. So applying improve to your life. It's not about solving all your problems at once. It's about giving yourself tools to survive the tough moments until the intensity of the emotions passes. That's what these DBT, distress tolerance skills, are for. It's tools of survival. You know, the survival from one day to the next. We all need them. So here's my challenge to you. I want you to try this skill during a tough moment this week. So maybe you can practice imagery before a stressful meeting at work, or take a mental vacation when you're feeling overwhelmed. Share your experiences in the comments. I would love to hear from you how these tools work for you, and check out my other distress tolerance skill videos from DBT. And also, if you're struggling, I know you've heard this many times, and I know a lot of you feel alone, but you are not alone. Reach out to someone to support you, whether it's a friend, therapist, or a forum. Like I have the twohealingminds.com forum. You can express yourself over there. Expressing yourself, it's kind of a release. You're taking off that burden off yourself, and you're just putting it out there. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here with me today. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe. I'm sharing the hard stuff, mental health videos, because I know it's tough. And that's why I want to provide this information to help others. So any feedback is welcome. And I really appreciate you doing something good for yourself, because it's a learning process, and being here today. Until next time, everyone, thank you so much, and keep going and don't give up.